We believe we know who killed Big, and we believe that the LAPD knows as well. You know, had I known the things I know, and I probably definitely wouldn't have done the song with him. I'm not even probably, definitely, I definitely wouldn't have gone in the studio to record anything that was related to Death Row Records at that time.
At 51, Faith Evans finally spoke about something many people have been wondering. Did she finally confirm what we all feared? What's the truth behind her recent words?
Seemed to me that was kind of like a plan, you know what I mean? Like, you've been kind of guided, like I kind of allowed myself to be played and allowed myself to get into this situation because this is totally not how I operate.
What does this mean for her career and personal life? Fans are curious and waiting for answers. What made her decide to speak up now after all this time? Let's find out.
I crushed on Faith the very first moment I met her, and it was like, oh, she married. But I always watched her from afar.
Faith Evans' life has been full of ups and downs, especially when it comes to her relationships. From the tragic loss of her husband, Biggie Smalls, to her rocky marriage with Stevie J. Faith's love life has been anything but ordinary, but was she just caught in the middle of the Biggie and Tupac feud, or was there something else at play in her marriage to Stevie J? Faith and Stevie J's relationship had a lot of drama from the start. They were friends for over 20 years before they decided to get married in a surprise ceremony in 2018. They tied the knot in a Las Vegas hotel room, and many people were shocked by the unexpected move. Some people even thought the marriage was strange since Stevie J was already known for his troubled past with other women, like his ex, Joseline Hernandez.
I first met Stevie actually before he was even a part of the Hitmen. I think we just became really good friends early on, but I'll be hearing him talk about his baby mamas, and I'm like, child, you better call her, and you know.
The drama didn't end there. Faith found out that Stevie J had been sneaking around behind her back with Joseline while they were together. She was heartbroken when she learned that Stevie J was still involved with his ex, even after they had started dating. Faith wasn't about to be a homewrecker, so she broke up with him. But even after that, the drama didn't stop. Stevie J's messy relationships with Joseline and another ex, Mimi Faust, continued to play out on reality TV, showing just how complicated his love life really was.
I really thought things were going to be better after I met Faith, but clearly Stevie can't be anything but Stevie.
Stevie J's reputation for cheating didn't help his image. Fans of the show Love and Hip Hop watched as he tried to make up with Mimi while still living with Joseline. Things got heated between him and Joseline when she found out the truth. In one memorable episode, she found out that Stevie J had been living with Mimi, even though he claimed they were no longer together. Joseline confronted him, and the fight between them was intense, showing just how messy Stevie J's life had become. Despite all the drama, Faith and Stevie J decided to give their relationship another try. They got married, but their troubles didn't end there. 3 years into their marriage, it seemed like the love and friendship they once shared had faded away. Stevie J continued to paint himself as a saint on social media, but his actions told a different story.
Very little that Stevie does surprises me anymore. He's used to pulling stunts.
It's hard to say what went wrong for Faith and Stevie J. Was their marriage doomed from the start, or did their issues just get too big to fix? The rumors about their relationship have only added to the mystery. Some people wonder if Faith's marriage to Stevie J was an act of revenge for her late husband, Biggie Smalls, or if she truly believed that this was a second chance at love. Either way, their story has been filled with drama, heartbreak, and a lot of questions that may never be fully answered. Faith's son, Christopher Jr., was asked how he thought his father, Biggie Smalls, would have felt about his mom marrying Stevie J. Christopher Jr. said that after nearly 20 years, he was sure his father would want his mom to be happy. But whether or not Biggie would have approved of Stevie J is still up for debate.
Singer Faith Evans is a free woman following a recent arrest for felony domestic violence against her husband, Stevie J.
Faith got arrested after things reportedly got way out of hand during a heated argument at their LA home. We're talking middle of the night chaos, around 1 a.m. to be exact. When cops showed up, Stevie had marks and scratches on his face, which apparently sealed the deal for Faith's arrest. She was charged with felony domestic violence, but was able to post bail and get out later the same day. This mess comes after months of buzz that their relationship wasn't exactly smooth sailing. Remember when they stopped following each other on socials? Oh, and Stevie's cryptic tweets didn't help either. He was out here posting stuff like, "Drunk people tell the truth and nothing lasts forever," making it clear something was brewing behind the scenes.
He filed for divorce in November 2021 after 3 years of marriage. The couple did not sign a prenuptial agreement before getting hitched. Stevie demanded monthly spousal support payments from Faith. She objected to the request. The court has yet to rule.
Well, now they are officially Denazo. According to court documents, the singer and the music producer are now legally single after nearly 2 years of divorce drama. Their split wraps up a 3-year marriage that, let's be honest, was rocky from the start. The exes managed to work out all the important stuff, spousal support, splitting property, and lawyer fees, but the specifics are staying private. Back when Stevie first filed, Faith clapped back, asking the court to deny his request for support, and she didn't want anything from him either. Oh, and apparently, they've been living separate lives for a while, ever since the infamous domestic dispute that landed Faith in trouble. FYI, those charges were dropped. As for the reason behind the breakup, the usual irreconcilable differences. Basically, there was no fixing this one.
Okay, Stevie J ordered to return Faith Evans' $164,000 Mercedes after joyriding to Coachella.
In November 2021, Stevie asked for spousal support. Though the details of their court settlement were kept private, rumors say that Faith was ordered to pay Stevie $30,000 every month. Their divorce wasn't friendly at all.
He filed for divorce in November 2021 after 3 years of marriage. The couple did not sign a prenuptial agreement before getting hitched.
Remember, they tied the knot in a low-key Vegas wedding, and fans were hyped when they made things official. Stevie even gushed about their romance early on, saying they kept things spicy, and Faith couldn't help but laugh because she knew he'd go there. While they never had kids together, Stevie did get emotional about Faith online. Even after filing for divorce, he posted a heartfelt apology, admitting he'd messed up big time. He owned up to hurting her, disrespecting her, and embarrassing her publicly. He promised to turn over a new leaf, listen to her more, and help her find her happiness again. Big promises, but clearly it wasn't enough to save the marriage. And just like that, another chapter closes. But did Faith Evans get caught in a trap set by Tupac? You might know about the rivalry between Tupac and Biggie Smalls, but you might not know that Faith Evans was caught in the middle of it all. When Faith was married to Biggie, she became pregnant. Biggie accused her of carrying Tupac's child. This made Biggie furious, and the story made headlines everywhere. Faith was scared of Biggie's anger and had to leave her hotel room with her daughter. But what really happened that night is something Faith had kept secret for years. It all started when Tupac reached out to Faith Evans saying he was a big fan and wanted to work with her. He offered her $25,000 to write and record a song with him. Faith agreed because she needed the money, but as soon as she arrived at the studio, she started to feel that something was wrong. She remembered feeling uneasy, realizing that maybe she shouldn't be there.
So, I mean, I played it off and played it cool, even though I didn't think, that was a good look just because of the fact of the Suge and Puff situation.
Once they finished recording, Tupac told Faith that his manager would bring the payment to his hotel room. He said they could go together to pick it up. Faith was in a tough spot, so she agreed to go. When they got to Tupac's hotel room, his friends were already there, drinking and smoking. Faith started to feel uncomfortable. The situation was turning more tense, and she didn't know what to expect.
and you said that you went to Pac's hotel room, and he basically asked for oral sex at that point.
Well, in
This moment is one of the many strange and dangerous situations that Faith Evans found herself in. Between her troubled marriage to Stevie J and being caught in Tupac's world, Faith's life has been filled with drama and challenges. Faith went through something shocking and painful. It all started when she went to a hotel, expecting to receive money, but things didn't go as planned. When Faith arrived at the hotel, there was no check waiting for her. Instead, she was told something that left her in shock. Tupac told her that in order to get the money, she had to do something she felt was disrespectful. He said that she needed to suck his thing to get the money. Faith was humiliated and offended. She cried a little, but decided to leave the situation. She never got her money.
Seemed to me that was kind of like a plan, you know what I mean? Like you've been kind of guided, like I kind of allowed myself to be played and allowed myself to get into this situation because this is totally not how I operate.
Even though she left, Tupac and his friends had other plans. They spread a story saying that Faith had slept with Tupac to get back at her husband, Biggie Smalls. Faith was caught in the middle of the intense feud between the East Coast and West Coast rap scenes. This made things even worse for her. She barely had a chance to defend herself. All she could say was, "No, I did not do it." The story spread quickly, and Biggie was furious. Faith tried to clear things up, but it wasn't easy. The situation was complicated, and it was hard to escape the drama. The next day, she got a phone call. Tupac called and told her, "I did it." Faith was shocked. She couldn't believe what he was admitting. He said he had planned it all along. Looking back, Faith believes Tupac wasn't lying. He had always been honest with her, and she trusted him. She even believed that there was no reason for Tupac to make up the story. Why would he lie about something like that? She thought. Faith's life has always been full of ups and downs. She grew up without a father. Her mother, who was Black, had her when she was young and later left her to chase her own dreams. Faith ended up in foster care and was raised mostly by her grandmother. Despite all the challenges, Faith was a bright and talented young girl. She started singing in the church choir when she was just 2 years old and quickly showed her natural talent.
Yes, I've been singing since I was like 2 years old, since I could basically talk.
Wow.
But my initial audience was in church.
Wow.
In high school, Faith was an honor student and earned a scholarship to a university. But she chose to drop out after 1 year to follow her dream of becoming a singer. Throughout her career, she faced many struggles in her personal life, but her talent and strength helped her keep moving forward. Did you know that Faith Evans once married to the legendary rapper Notorious B.I.G? Their love story started very quickly and unexpectedly. When Faith was just 21 years old, she met Biggie, and from that moment, they felt a special connection.
We met at a photo shoot for Puff's new artist that was signed to his label. So he didn't know I was actually an artist signed to the label. And
it all began during a recording session at Bad Boy Records. Faith was the only female artist signed to the label at the time. Biggie, who had a strong presence in the music industry, noticed her right away. During a break, he walked up to Faith and struck up a conversation. They started talking about their children. Faith shared that she had a daughter, and Biggie said he had one too. This simple conversation helped them connect quickly.
And he asked me for a ride home, and I took him and his friends home, and I think we bonded over the jokes and our senses of humor immediately.
Faith felt that Biggie was very warm, caring, and protective. She said he made her feel safe and comfortable, which was something she had never felt with anyone else. Biggie, on the other hand, was immediately sure that Faith was the one for him. He told her, "That's my wife," the moment they met. It was as if he knew in his heart they were meant to be together. Their bond grew so strong in just a few days that Just 8 days after meeting each other, they got married. Faith couldn't help but love everything about Biggie, even his flaws. However, there were some challenges. Biggie had a close relationship with another rapper, Lil' Kim, which sometimes made Faith feel uncomfortable. There was even a moment when she walked into Biggie's hotel room and found Lil' Kim there, which led to some tension between the two women.
It was pretty shocking, but I mean, just to be clear, I wouldn't necessarily say like, oh, she befriended me or something.
Faith Evans has lived through many tough moments in her life, but she's always managed to stay strong and keep going. One of the most talked about moments in her life happened when she got into a big argument with rapper Lil' Kim. The story goes that Lil' Kim got so angry when Faith kicked her out of a room that she scratched the paintwork of Faith's Land Cruiser. Faith explained that she couldn't be mad at Kim, saying it was because Biggie, the Notorious B.I.G, was always so honest with her. He'd tell her the truth straight up, even when it hurt. She said if Biggie did something wrong, he would just admit it right away, like, yeah, I did it. Faith knew about some things going on, but loved Biggie for his other qualities too. Sadly, Biggie was killed on March 9, 1997, near a Soul Music Awards party in Los Angeles. Faith was at the event but had left early. Later, her friend Heavy D told her he thought something had happened to Biggie and that she needed to go to the hospital. At first, Faith didn't think much of it, but soon she found out the news. Biggie was gone. It hit her hard. She went into deep sadness and didn't know how to cope. When doctors told her Biggie had passed away, Faith couldn't even put her feelings into words. She just couldn't believe it.
He was only 24 years old, was just starting what was expected to be a promising career in music. But tonight, it's only what could have been. Los Angeles police are investigating the shooting death of rapper Notorious B.I.G, also known as Biggie Small.
Even though it was hard, Faith found a way to move on and eventually married Todd Russaw, a studio executive, just 9 months after Biggie's death. Their marriage lasted for 14 years, but it wasn't without struggles. Faith got arrested for things like drug possession and drunk driving during this time. Sadly, the marriage ended in 2011, but Faith still stayed strong. She has 4 kids of her own and 7 stepchildren, creating a big, happy family. Now, at 50 years old, Faith Evans has a net worth of $3 million. She's still known as the First Lady of Bad Boy Records, and fans are eagerly waiting for her big comeback. Faith's life shows how tough things can get, but with strength, you can keep pushing through.
You see some of the excerpts in the book, you know that Kim didn't write the book.
Faith is reportedly thinking about taking legal action against the publisher of a new book called Kim's Lost Words. This book, which was released earlier this month, makes some serious accusations about Evans. The book claims that she had something to do with the murder of her late husband, Biggie, who was tragically killed in 1997. Evans strongly denies these claims and is upset by the way she is being portrayed. The book, which is only 60 pages long, includes several claims that have caused a lot of anger. One of the most shocking statements suggests that Sean Diddy Combs, who was Biggie's business partner, set up Evans' relationship with Biggie to keep an eye on him. It also claims that Evans thought Diddy may have been involved in Biggie's death. These claims have been upsetting to Evans, especially because they involve such a sensitive and painful part of her life.
A lot of stuff in the book that I know Kim didn't write and Kim didn't say.
A close source told the Daily Mail that Evans is mortified by the book and is deeply hurt by the suggestion that she could have been involved in her husband's murder. Biggie, whose real name was Christopher Wallace, was killed in a drive-by shooting on March 9, 1997. To this day, no one knows exactly who was responsible, and many conspiracy theories have been shared over the years. However, the latest accusations have really hit Evans hard, especially since her name is being linked to such a terrible event. Evans didn't even know about the claims in the book until people started calling her about it. She was shocked and had to reassure her son, Christopher Jr., who is now 27 years old, that she had no part in his father's death. CJ, who was just a child when Biggie died, is said to be very upset and confused by the accusations. Evans, who was married to Biggie and had a child with him, has firmly said she had nothing to do with his death. The rumors and gossip around Biggie's murder have never gone away, but this book has caused even more stress for Evans. As she deals with this situation, Evans is considering taking legal action to clear her name and protect her family from further harm caused by the book's shocking claims. At this point, Evans has not filed any official legal action, but she is reportedly looking into her options. People are waiting to see what steps she will take next as the situation continues to unfold.
She said, I feel upset that I'm attached to this. I was told that it was a positive piece with a little more of my personal background. It wasn't pitched to me as a story rehashing sensational events that took place.
Faith Evans is not happy with Lifetime's new documentary, Biggie and Faith Evans, which talks about her life with her late husband, rapper Notorious B.I.G. She says she feels tricked into taking part in the project, and now she is upset about how the documentary turned out. In an interview with Page 6, Faith said she was told the documentary would show more of her personal life and be a positive piece. But when she saw it, she felt it was sensationalized and focused on the wrong things. She shared that it wasn't meant to be a story about rehashing old drama. She doesn't want to bring up painful memories, hurt relationships she has worked to repair, or damage the legacy of Notorious B.I.G.
I was pitched this project as something different that hasn't been seen before from my perspective about how I grew up and how I ended up falling in love with Big.
The trailer for the documentary makes it sound like a dramatic love story. It starts by calling Faith and Biggie's relationship the most controversial love story in hip-hop history. The documentary talks about their whirlwind engagement, Biggie's affairs with other women like Lil' Kim and Charlie Baltimore, and the East Coast-West Coast rivalry that led to the deaths of both Tupac Shakur and Biggie. But Faith is upset because the show makes it seem like their relationship was mostly about drama and cheating. She explains, the Tupac stuff, the different women, how many times are people gonna talk about that? It was supposed to be a love story and it turns into cheating and Lil' Kim. We've come so far past that. Lifetime is all about drama. Faith Evans, who also helps manage Biggie's estate, says the documentary mostly uses old footage and edits it in a way that makes the drama seem worse. She is not the only one upset by this. She mentioned that Biggie's mother, Voletta Wallace, is also very upset. She worked hard to make sure Biggie's legacy is remembered in a positive light, and now this documentary feels like it's undoing that progress. Biggie was even nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but Faith believes this documentary is taking things in the wrong direction. Faith says she will not promote the documentary. She made it clear that she cares about her morals and would never support something she is not proud of at this point in her career. A representative from Lifetime did not respond to any questions about the documentary. Faith's career is straight up legendary, with all kinds of highs, lows, and unforgettable moments. From the get-go, this Florida girl made waves in the 90s after signing with Bad Boy Records, thanks to Puffy hearing her demo and realizing she was a total gem. Her debut album, Faith hit the ground running, with bops like You Used to Love Me and Soon as I Get Home, showing off her crazy vocal skills. The album went platinum, no surprise there. But Faith's life wasn't all smooth sailing. When Biggie tragically passed away, she didn't just take a break. She poured everything into her second album, Keep the Faith, which became its own masterpiece. It had hits like Love Like This and the Biggie tribute, I'll Be Missing You, which totally crushed it on the charts and went gold. As time passed, Faith's sound just kept evolving. In the early 2000s, she dropped Faithfully, which gave us bangers like Burnin' Up. She wasn't just about her own music, though. She was writing for other artists, too, showing she could do it all. Then came The First Lady, a 2003 album with songs like Again and Mesmerized that kept her name buzzing in the R&B world. She didn't stop there, though. Fast forward to 2010, Faith gave us Something About Faith. And in 2015, Incomparable came through with tracks like I Deserve It, proving she was still at the top of her game. And it's not just music she's good at. Faith dipped into acting, popping up in films like The Fighting Temptations, and even starred in her own Lifetime biopic, Faith Evans' The Notorious Life. Anyway, that is all for today. Bye.